Hi, my name is Ikansh and welcome to this tutorial. So in this tutorial we are going to talk about how we can rotate an array to the left. So given an array there are two kinds of rotation possible. One is moving each element to the left and the other one is moving each element to the right. So in this tutorial we are going to specifically talk about the left rotation. So we have this array in front of us. So let's say we want to rotate this array by a distance of 2. So this means each array element should move 2 indexes to the left. So in this array, 3 will move to the index 0, that is 1. 4 will come in the place of 2. 5 will come in the place of 3. 6 will come in the place of 4. 7 will come in the place of 5. And since 1 cannot move to the left because it is at index 0, so it will move to the index last minus 1. So 1 will move to 6, and since 2 cannot move 2 distance to the left, so what will happen is, for this the first rotation will, after first rotation it will come here, and after the second rotation it will come to the last index of the array. So the resulting array after rotation by a distance of 2 will be 3 comma 4 comma 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 1 comma 2. So this will be the resulting array after left rotation by a distance of 2. So now let's see what happens when the distance is 3. When the distance is 3, each element should move 3 places to the left. So 4 will come in the place of 1, 5 will come in the place of 2, 6 will come in the place of 3, 7 will come in the place of 4. Now 1 will go to the place of 5, 2 will go in the place of 6, and 3 will go in the place of 7. So let's take example of this element 3. So in order to rotate it by a distance of 3, after first rotation it will come here, after the second rotation it will come here, and after the third rotation it will come here. Similarly for 2 and 1. So the resulting array in this case will be 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, and 3. So this will be the resulting array. So now let's see how we can solve. So now let's see how we can solve this particular problem. This problem can be solved in 3 easy steps. So the first step is to reverse the array from the index 0 to d minus 1. So 0 to d minus 1 is this, since our distance is 2. So the resulting array will be 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. The second step is to reverse the array from the index d to the last index of the array, that is 6 in this case. So let's mark the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we need to reverse the array from this index to this index. So the resulting array will be 2, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, and 3. So now the third and the last step is to reverse the array from index 0 to the last index of the array. So now when we are reversing this array that we have from step 2, so the elements will be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, and 2. So this is the array that we get after the rotation by a distance of 2. So now let's try to solve this problem using the same method when distance is 3. So when the distance is 3, in the first step we will reverse from 0 to d minus 1. So in this case it will be this. So the resulting array after step 1 will be 3, 2, 1, and then 4, 5, 6 and 7. In the second step, what we will do is we will reverse the array from the index d to 6. So it will be this sub array. So the resulting array will be 3 comma 2 comma 1, and then the reverse of this sub array, so it will be 7, 6, 5 and 4. So in the third step, what we need to do is we need to reverse the whole array from the starting index to the last index. So if we reverse this array that we got from step 2, the resulting array will be 4 comma 5, 6, 7, 1, 2 and 3. So this is the resulting array after step 3. So as you can see, this array is a rotation of the original array by a distance of 3. So similarly, you can rotate this array for any distance using the same 3 steps. So now let's try to code this in Java. So here we have a class array left rotation. So first let's create the method left rotate, which will take an integer array and an integer distance, for which we need to rotate the array. So let's create the method left rotate, and it will take an integer array and a distance d. So before we start, let's check the base condition. So the base condition for this is that the array should not be null and the length of the array should be at least 1. So if array is null or array dot length is less than 1, in these cases we will just return and we will not continue with our program. So now let's validate the value of d. So the distance should be at least 1 for rotation. So if the value is -1, so that is the wrong value, or if the distance is 0, then the left rotation does not mean anything because it will not rotate anything. So if distance is less than 1, then also we will not continue this program. So now let's proceed. So as we have discussed, the array can be rotated in 3 easy steps. So the first step is to reverse array from the 0th index to d minus 1, and then we need to reverse the array from the index d to array dot length, and at last we need to reverse the array from index 0 to the length of the array. So now let's create the method reverse array. So let's call these variables as start and end. So in order to reverse the array, what we will do is we will first find the mid element, and the mid will be start plus end divided by 2. And then what we need to do is while start is less than mid, what we will do is we will swap the elements. So let's call it swap elements of array arr, and we will pass the value start plus plus and end minus minus. So let's create the method swap elements. Let's call the indexes as I and j. So what we will do is we will take a temporary integer temp and assign it value array I. Now the value of array I will be array j, and array index j's value will be temp. So now let's create the public static void main method to run this. So first let's declare an array, and let's say it has values 1 to 7. Now let's call our left rotate method with this array, and let's say we want to rotate it by a distance d. So before we run this, let's create a print method that will print the array. So let's print this array before left rotation and after left rotation. So let's create this method. So in order to print, we will take a pointer from 0 to length of the array, and we will increment the value of I by 1 in each step. Now let's print the value of array at index I. So now let's run this program. So as you can see, we have successfully rotated this array. So as you can see, this is the initial array that we took, and after rotation by a distance of 2, the resulting array is this. So here there's one more thing that we need to do is, while we are rotating, if the value of d is greater than the length of the array, then we need to take the modulus of d with the length of the array. So let's say if the distance is, let's say we pass 18, and we and let's say that the length of the array is 7. So in this case it will give 4 as the value. So this means that the effective rotation of the array will be by a distance of 4. So let's try this. So as you can see, our array is rotated by a distance of 4 in this case. So that will be all from this tutorial. Thank you for watching.